It's gotten worse. Blistering and peeling. No one warned me about these breaches being quite as bright.
I've got the terrible cases still.
That's rough. That's rough. Have you tried going holistic? Whole 30 for a couple days?
Yeah.
It's not working? Flaring it up more maybe?
Yeah.
Try switching strictly to beef.
Back. It's calm down. Thank you all for coming today. As you are all aware, this is one of the more important days out of the year for our great nation. The 14 factions that make up this nation, including this administration, we're all loyal servants to God, the state, and to its destiny. We have built this country on integrity, knowing that any trade between faction is done in good faith, any negotiation is done for the betterment of the opposing faction, and every lottery is handled with extreme care. This administration understands the values that uphold this country and would never do anything to undermine the rights and morals of the great owners who make up this best country in fantasy. Today, you will hear from the commissioner himself as he will reveal the highly coveted top 3 draft picks for this year's draft. Now, as you may already know, this administration is in the lottery, and I'm sure you all have many questions, but just know that this lottery has not been tampered by the hands of the commissioner. Given our transparency and clear caution taken to ensure a just lottery, any questioning of the lottery results will be followed by the countless lawsuits, followed by the swift hand of justice. The commissioner, for all that he has given you, will not tolerate any criticism of his actions. He takes this all very seriously. And if you ever doubt his legitimate reign, just know that it will result in a punishment. I will not be commenting on the punishment at this time. Now, you may mistake these conditions as threats, which they are not. They're just policies for upholding our lawful and fair nation. Just accept these results and continue on like you would any other lottery reveal. Do not try us. Okay, now before I bring out the commissioner, our Secretary of Health and Human Services would like a few minutes to comment on the health of our league, things to improve the overall quality, life for our factions. Secretary, please, the podium is yours.
Thank you, Press Secretary Destiny. While I'm honored to deliver this update on league health, I would be deceitful if I made it seem like we all have healthy rosters and high-end scoring. On the contrary, we have many issues that need immediate addressing. There are bums sleeping in gutters, fatties doping around without any accountability, and erectile dysfunction that is castrating the chubs of our young men. Some may blame the electrical substations and data centers that are erected in our backyard, but that is only an excuse for the weak and socialist minds. If we're to become the greatest league, the world's greatest league as we once were, we must bring about change. And we must look to the upper class, the elites of our society, to help guide us through this path. The majority of our champions have one thing in common. They all pray to God, whether Christian, Touchdown Jeebus, or Josh Allen. It is through God that we will find strength and health, not through self-mutilating trades that alter our roster makeup, not by guzzling seed oils to improve playoff seeding, not through artificial projections from the malicious fantasy industrial complex, not through vaccinations that impair our lineup cognition, and certainly not through overprocessed vets for whom we sacrifice our draft capital, our youthful rookies, and our potential blood boys. It is for this reason that I am endorsing an executive order that requires all league members to demonstrate their faith to our God our destiny. This blind faith, in addition to a daily prescription of organic bell cows, free-range tight ends, 50 push-ups and pull-ups in jeans, and a liter of raw milk, will allow us to ascend to the 200-point weeks and the championships we all seek. We must now press on with utmost urgency in order to make No Country for Dynasty men healthy again. The time is now. I'll see you in Valhalla, brothers. With that, I'll welcome to the podium our great commissioner, Babushka Boy.
Good evening to this great nation. I would like to thank the Secretary of Health for that update on the quality of life for our dear factions. Good job. Nothing is more important to me than the health of my fellow leaders, doing whatever they can to maintain a prosperous roster. As your commissioner, it is my duty to keep this league intact. It is my duty to make sure that every faction is set up for success each and every season. It is my duty to uphold the very foundation that makes this league the best league in the world. Every bill that I have signed has propelled this league forward while keeping the playing field level for all teams to succeed. Every lottery has never been touched by me. I have never meddled in the algorithm that computes our lottery results. But I understand that this year there is concern about how the lottery will be handled. But don't worry, my fellow league mates. I've done nothing to give myself the best odds to get the coveted first pick. Everything I've done thus far should give you every bit of faith that I have not and would never rig this lottery. And if you should even question my ability to conduct a fair lottery, you will face severe consequences, some that you may never recover from. Before we get to the picks, I would like to address all the factions that make up this great league. Each one of you is successful in your own way, and we wouldn't be the nation we are today without all the effort you put forward. First, I will address our top faction, the Christian Mission. A great, great nation. Maybe our top nation. Maybe our most handsome nation. I've said that. Very handsome. Years of gulags, grime, and gutters. You have put your faith in the almighty Christian, an unstoppable yet unstable product. The stars align, though, and you have proven to be the best of all of us this year. Surely this faith won't waver, and you won't have a big fall from grace. For now, enjoy your riches and the wealth from the yearly tax of our factions. Funton's Fatties. I'm not commenting on Funton's Fatties. No. Okay. Next faction is our dear Alan and the Chipmunks. A great nation. Some might say our best nation. I might say that. I said I. Yeah. Another faction that saw years of hardship and many lottery picks, but these picks have turned your team around. I also recall this past offseason trading for the best quarterback, stripping young God of his namesake. A true first world power move. Good job on exploiting the poor. We'd love to see it. Party less, scat more. A great nation. I've always said they're a great nation. Yeah, I've always said that. Yes, very handsome nation. You made a good push in the playoffs, but perhaps the CTE was too strong. Your faction may have a reproduction problem as your population ages and you don't have enough young talent to support your social security and future workforce. There are promising prospects in your land, but can they save you from this looming age gap? Time will tell. Bussin' Jussin, Tetrabus. Great nation. I like this nation. I've always liked this nation. I've always said that. Yes. Always said it. Great nation. Very handsome. You've made investments in your young workforce while sacrificing future stock. The markets are always volatile, and you're betting that you can bridge the gap for the next 2 years. These are gambles that the top factions need to make, and perhaps the youth that carries you will result in payment from the yearly tax. Coach Murph, another great nation, very handsome, maybe the most handsome nation that we have here, maybe, yeah. But what are you doing? You request this presser earlier than the usual time frame, clearly disrespecting all the work that this administration puts forth. Have you ever heard the saying, don't bite the hand that feeds you? Yes, you have received the yearly tax and have worn the crown for a year, but perhaps you got a little too hungry, just a little bit. Now your faction is starving, okay? You have invested in elders who are about to enter retirement and investing in men who haven't even seen the field. Let alone you favor members from the Duck Nation. This administration does not condone your actions, but since we are a free country and I don't control any of you, you may starve before the hand that feeds you again. Manalytics. Such a manly and handsome nation. I've always said that, yes. You may need to invest in some new AI. Someone get that person out of here. Get him out. He's out? Okay. Where was I? Okay. Manalytics. Such a manly and handsome nation. Yes, I've always said that, yeah. You may need to invest in some new AI or build some bigger data centers or rewrite your code. I'm not sure what the numbers are looking like, but it consists of means and mediums. I need to see growth and ROI, return on investments. Your stocks stay right in the middle year after year. Perhaps your faction loves to live in peace and never prosper. I'm not sure. I don't run your numbers. I'm a very hands-off leader. Next, half chub. The best chub, maybe the biggest chub we've seen here. I don't know. I've said that. Yes. This seems to have been a good off-season for your people. The markets have treated your investments kindly. I believe this is the first round prospect that you have traded to another faction, and it seems to have worked in your favor for now. You have been steady with your growth, and your people are stable and strong, but you lack wealth and a true billionaire to funnel money and jobs back into your faction. Once you get a top 20 earner, though, your people will thank you. Maybe chat with our Secretary of Health for a prescription to get a full chub medication. Next is my dear Secretary of Health, R.J. Leipzig, the doctor of mice. You run your faction like a surgeon in the lab, cutting away the lives of mice in hopes for a better future. However, this future has been nothing but stale and disappointing. But if science has taught us anything, it is that progress is not linear, but up and down. Mostly down for you, but as a scientist, you must persist and go back to the lab. Again and again and again and again. And anyway, the trades and deals that you have made with this administration, we will not forget. They really haven't benefited us, but nonetheless, we appreciate your support and wish you the best of luck next season. Touchdown Jeebus. I love this nation. It's a great nation. Great nation. Maybe the most handsome nation. I've said that before. Perhaps you should put your faith back in the Lord that gave you your first crown. Or maybe the Lord that Christian mission believes in. Regardless, I see your people are stirring and beginning to believe again. This young crop, along with the choice of the top end talent from this year, should revitalize your faction and perhaps get you closer to the Almighty once again. Lord knows the church loves money, and you could use that yearly tax payment. Genti is young God. Great nation. I've always said that, great nation. Yes. The first one to wear a crown and collect the yearly tax. But like every great regime, it must end at some point. Your wealth trickled out throughout the years, and as you never invested in a young workforce, the markets escaped you, and your ROIs never panned out. The young God you believed in failed you, or you failed them. You sold your beliefs, everything you stood on. For what? A man named Genti that lives in Satan's palace? But maybe I'm speaking out of line as your faction turned it around during the winter months and evaded the lottery. Perhaps this new God will shine a new light on you after all. Now let me address this year's lottery teams, the special trio that await their fate. Today, we will do something unprecedented and reveal the picks live for the whole nation to see. This is to reassure you that I have had no say in what happens and that I have not and will never tamper with the results. Okay, Mr. Peanut Butter, the most buttery boy I've ever seen. I've said that before, yeah. I've said the butteriest of the boys, yes. Yeah, buttery boys. Yeah. Your butter has expired and you sold your crops, burned your crops, scorched earth. But from the ashes you will rise. Not this year, probably not the next year, probably not the year that follows that. Maybe in 5 years. You will rise again, and may your butter grow strong and hard. Gutter boys, my dear precious gutter boys. A new leader in a struggling faction. It is tough to step into a third world role. Poverty everywhere. But if there's anyone that can do it, it's you. It is the man who is born in the gutters. It is the man who lives with the rats, who eats trash for dinner. Man with a vision, the hope festering inside of him. As our founding fathers have said before, Deshi Basara. Can I say that? Is that English? Okay. You have sold your aging assets and pumped funding into the future. Your hope lies in the power and strength of these young prospects, but nothing is more powerful than hope. Hope? As you hope to get the first choice at our top prospect this year. I hope you do too. As your trusted leader, I hope that it is not this administration. This administration wants to give the nation a fair and just season every season. And for this, people's tax dollars are at stake. I would never abuse this wealth. Never. So good luck. I did not rig this. Finally, I will address the state of this great administration that keeps all of our factions together. Yes, this is the first time this administration is in the lottery. And despite having a strong faction filled with studs, it is my destiny to end up here. Yes, we have seen many highs and many lows and have never worn the crown, although we run this great nation. Now, you may think that because we are in the lottery, we have lost our dominance, our ability to lead. Don't be so blinded by ignorance. Babushka Boy is stronger than ever. Standing tall on the pillars of faith, loyalty, and drop boy. I anticipate to have the worst results of this lottery, as that is what's fair, and I would never, ever rig this to benefit this administration. Now, this great nation has been briefed on the state of our union. It is time to finally reveal the results of this year's lottery. Again, I had no say in this. This lottery was done outside my office at a secret location, only known to one person. These results have then been delivered here personally by 50,000 troops, 5,000 tanks, 2,500 fighter jets, and 100,000 drones to ensure a safe journey to this presser. I would like to thank our fantastic military, the strongest military in the world, taking the time to deliver these coveted results instead of bombing civilians. We thank you for your service. Oh, they destroyed a school full of children and killed millions of people, displacing thousands, millions. Oh, okay, good. Thank you. Okay, where was I? Oh, yes, the picks. To ensure that I am not reading these incorrectly, I will summon the Secretary of Health to read them for me. Please, Secretary.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, don't screw this up.
The lotto results. You sure?
Do it. Do it. Yeah, you can read it.
With the third pick in this year's draft, Babushka Boy. I'm sorry, sir.
Yeah. Read the picks. Read the picks.
With the second pick in this year's draft, Gutter Boys. And that means with the first overall pick, will be conveyed to Touchdown Jeebus via Mr. Peanut Butter. Sorry again, sir.
We're going to open up the floor for some questions from the press.
Mr. Commissioner, what do you say to the rumors that you actually wanted the third pick?
I do not want the third pick. I wanted the first. No, that's not true. No, I wanted Gutter Boys to get the first pick. He's a struggling faction, and he deserved the first pick. But I do not want the first pick at all. Not one bit. No. Okay. Next question.
Yes, on your recent trip with known associate, Louis C.K., he claims the two of you discussed hits you were planning to carry out on your opponent's roster. Care to elaborate on that?
No, that's false. I don't know where you got that information from. No. Next question.
What about the allegations that you were with Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini at the resort?
Now, that was a personal trip.
Hey. Diana, my sweet Diana, we go way back.
Great source of raw milk.
Yes, great raw milk. My sweet Diana. No. Next question.
So are you prepared to go to trial to prove that this draft may have been rigged?
It was not rigged, as you can tell. I got the worst pick. If it was rigged, I would probably get the first pick, which I maybe should have gotten. Because it's a lottery. It's very fair and it's very it's random. Okay, next question. It's not rigged.
Mr. Health Secretary, I actually have one for you.
Please.
How will these new executive order help Christian McCaffrey stay on the field?
Listen, he's doing the best that he can with that amazing name. He's just got to stay away from the Instagram thoughts and more church on Sundays, pregame, of course, and he will be well on his way.
Yes, I've got a question for the Health Secretary as well. How would you like to respond to claims that you like Imagine Dragons?
Imagine Dragons?
Yes, Imagine Dragon these balls across your face.
Hey, get this man! They're a Christian rock band, right? I love their work, actually. Yes. Sir?
Yeah. Any more questions?
That'll be it.
Yeah, thank God. Okay. End it. Cut the lights. We're out of here. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wave at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous
Secretary.
Well, so I'm gonna read the picks.
Okay.
And then
No, I thought I read the picks.
you read the picks. That's right. And depending
Joe
on
doesn't even know his own fucking script over here.
depending on whatever the picks are read, I will be freaking out. And then
You will be freaking out.
and then be like, all right, we will take questions right now. And then you can ask me.
Okay, Catherine.
When do you want your like crash in thing?
It's when
Just put that in.
What was
Your
that?
brother is throwing your timer cap.
so like we'll start with
Did not even see that happen.
Frisbee, ultimate frisbee.
It's
1955 state champion frisbee.
We'll be out
What are the 5 Ds of dodgeball?
and they'll. Alright, so you'll
Anybody have any
to
strike
be on
tape?
the board with that.
Press.
If we mess up or stumble on words, I think that's totally fine. That's part of it. Like this is not supposed to be a serious administration. This whole our whole thing. So I think that.
Thanks for reminding us
Excellent.
of mistakes.
So if we
Excellent.
make a
It is
mistake,
difficult.
keep pushing through. I guess I'm telling myself this because I'm the one that's probably gonna make mistakes.
You have like 10 pages.
Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody
You're
has
not
to.
gonna fuck up at all, are you?
Everybody
Right?
Don't hit me.
Fucking lie.
Is that rolling?
Nothing is more important to me than the health of my fellow leaders, doing whatever they can to maintain a prosperous roster. All right, we got cut.